What's going on, guys? It's Engine Half Thunk here with the Absolute YGO podcast. Back at it with Trent, YGO on YouTube. You can find me over at twitch.tv/halfthunk and youtube.com/Team Absolute Awesome and youtube.com/YGO for Trent. And we're going to be kind of just jumping into things, kind of delving into things. And I think the first thing we're going to bring up is Master Duels, because this is going to be like the hot topic. It's been my favorite topic recently, not even going to lie to you.
Master Duels, is that so? Did we ditch like Dueling Book, or how are we not sponsored anymore by them? Or
look, they actually had some of our video when we were live. They were like posting our videos. That was pretty cool. That was pretty neat. That was neat to know.
Master Duel, let's talk about it.
Yeah,
I mean, it's taken off. We're seeing major content creators doing it, and for example, we had mentioned a little bit earlier about Moist Critical, Penguin Zero to others playing it, and having a lot of success. I don't know, maybe not a lot of success, is not the way to word it.
Look, he was doing good in Silver Rank. Yeah, he was doing good in Silver Rank.
Yeah, living the dream. Ascension. I'm sure you can go a little bit more into what deck he was playing in.
Yeah, it was like he called it like a removal deck is what he called it, the removal deck.
Removal deck.
But it's actually super cool. It's actually super cool. So it's that it runs like the Infernal Tempest spell card. So like when you take 3,000, mill X amount or whatever off your top of your opponent's deck, whatever the stipulation is. I'm not very familiar with the card. So you take 3,000 and then it banishes, and then you like hopefully hit your Necro faces, banishing more. And then you with his deck you use the DD Dynamite to kill them lethally with the banished cards. But a lot of the times he literally would do the DD Dynamite play and he would just have lethal by ending his turn. But it's a whole video. He's got a whole video up on it. And I'm not gonna lie to you, even as a Yu-Gi-Oh player, I was enthralled watching it. The content's actually super like digestible. It's awesome.
Listen, that sounds cute as fuck. Don't get me wrong. It sounds adorable. But why not just play Grand Manju at that point? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro, he had it. Listen, he had Grand Manju in there. But like, there's situations where he'd like set Grand Manju, or you know what I mean. Like, it just wasn't going for those. I don't know if he necessarily like knew that was a, you know what I mean. I think he may have like saw an older list and kind of like tweaked it to his own. But I don't think he like understands the kind of like the main. The point, I guess, the purpose of the Grand Manju and all that. But I guess, with that deck, you don't have to, it doesn't have to be the focus at all by any means.
I have a deep desire, a question for you that I've been pondering for quite some time. And, we had talked a little bit before starting this podcast, but I wanted to catch you truly off guard with this. So are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What's the best mate in Duel Masters?
The best mate? Okay. I know some leaks. We're getting.
Maybe we should describe what a mate is first. It's a little thing. Little thing on the side of your little duel screen.
Yeah, if you're unfamiliar with Master Duels, the way that it looks, it is 2 Yu-Gi-Oh fields with your standard 5x5 top bottom, and your field zones, extra deck and stuff. But above your field zone is a little animated icon, and on that animated icon, how do I describe this perfectly? You get 3D images of cards that exist in the game, or like, Yusei's car from 5Ds, or a pair of rollerblades, I suppose.
Pot of Greed.
Pot of Greed, that's my current one. Yeah, I like the Pot of Greed. But there's going to be some leaks, and if you aren't aware of these leaks and do not want to know about these leaks, you might want to fast forward a wee bit.
We'll give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8. You probably should skip by now.
Not, you've had enough time. All right. So the leaks currently that we know of, I don't know all of them. One of them is the Shard of Greed, which I think is neat. So someone's like, the Pot of Greed broke. It's neat. But the leaks that I'm excited about, to answer your question, is it looks like there's going to be a Skull Servant. Skull Servant one. From the leaks, from people doing dives and everything in it.
I'm not gonna front on you. I haven't seen these new leaks, and I try to think that I'm caught up on Yu-Gi-Oh news. But
I wish I had it pulled up. But yeah, no, Skull Servant. That's it, dude. That's it for me. Unless they make like a hero one. Like
Stratos. Just
look. There's so many cool ones. Like Wing Kribo, I would be cool with that. Okay. Let's see. Like what's another like signature, like you say Jaden card, excuse me,
Well,
Jaden card.
Jaden, I mean,
That would be cute.
insert an elemental hero here or there.
Look, I wouldn't mind
Stratos.
I wouldn't mind Rottweiler, or
That'd be cool.
there's another one. That would be pretty decent. And
Neos Alias.
there's some like Destiny hero cards that are like cute little like animalistic monsters. They probably do.
Malicious is just like.
Bro, I wouldn't mind a malicious Bane just kind of like chilling out, like leaning like from the ground. He's like in the ground, just coming. That'd be kind of dope. That'd be dope.
That'd be fun.
But
I approve of this.
But no, to answer your question, probably the Summon Skull that's coming out. The Summon Skull, 100%.
Oh, there's a Summon
Skull. Or not
Skull.
Not Summon Skull. Excuse me, Skull Servant. I don't know why I called him Summon Skull. Skeletons. You know what I mean? I think Summon Skull's too big. I think Cyber Dragon Infinity's too big.
Yeah, why is he there?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. Yeah, like well, you look at like what's the one, the OTK deck
with
World Chalice. So the dog or whatever, right?
Sure.
That's cute.
Guard Dragon.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, whatever that is. Yeah, that's cute.
Little green guy is.
That's cute.
Baby.
That's representative. Yeah. I like that. That's cool.
Sure.
Cyber Dragon Infinity makes no sense.
Isn't
there like a Boral sword? Isn't there like a Boral sword as well?
I think I've seen that. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes no sense.
I mean, Blue Eyes Ultimate would be nice, but
yeah.
Maybe that's a little too old.
It's too big. It's too big. Makes no sense.
But anyways, are you you played season 1,
mm-hmm.
right? You're a competitor. I think you hit platinum, didn't you?
With, I hit plat 1 with elemental. I wouldn't say elemental hero. With heroes with the hero deck.
Heroes.
There are a lot of cards that I substituted. I didn't craft everything. I think that there's a lot of ways to make the list in the deck that I played better, like considerably better. But you can find the list over on the YouTube, the Team Absolute Awesome, so youtube.com/Team Absolute Awesome. But we got there with heroes. It was I'm not gonna lie to you. Best of 1 is the way that they play the Master Duel format. So if anyone is unfamiliar with that, that's just one game, no side decking, things of that nature. So.
Hate to interrupt. What was your coin toss luck like?
Horrible.
Did it matter?
But it didn't matter, and I will circle. Okay. I'll circle back around to that.
Sorry to interrupt you, but that's obviously a key point, right?
Yeah. Yeah, no. So it wasn't too bad, but oh my goodness, I lost my train of thought. But we'll go. You're good. We'll go straight to that actually.
Yeah.
So the way that I designed the deck, the way that I built it to perform, was that. I didn't want to, it being a best of 1. I didn't want to lose to very simple things like Nibiru. It's a once per turn effect. So like Nib, I wanted to be able to play through a Nib, and I knew that. I wanted to be able to play through 1 to 3 hand traps. I knew that, and I wanted to be able to go first or second and just win on that turn. And that's what I took in. And whenever I first crafted. Or first got my first packs, I got a CR Elemental Hero Neos, and not the best hero card in the world, but yes, exactly so. Very awesome. I'm gonna sneeze 1 second.
Gesundheit, hey, twice.
Never just once.
Okay.
Yeah, never just once.
If you're gonna do it 3 times, I was gonna call somebody.
Yeah, right. It's an emergency. But when I saw that card, I said, okay, well, we're gonna craft heroes, and boy, what a journey. Heroes is the single most expensive deck in the game. I have 1 deck. Well, I have Tri-Brigade because it's also cheap, but I have 1 deck, and I've put no money into the game.
You spent some time grinding on that, especially streaming and stuff. I remember at least watching 8 to 10 hours of you.
It was a 10 and a half hour stream. We started at bronze or whatever, rookie, whatever the class was. We went undefeated completely.
Put it work.
Yeah, we went there for a long time. We got to Plat 5 that stream, so I wanted it to be done in a stream. I wanted it to be done. I wanted to just get it over with. And I just thought it would be a struggle. I thought it would be a challenge. I wouldn't say that it wasn't. There weren't, where I had to really challenge my brain or misplays on my part where I would just have to actually really get myself out of it. Because it was, but it's just not as hard as I thought it would be. And not even just that it wasn't as hard as I thought it would be. It's just like. I made the right choice. Like I think ultimately it was a very expensive deck, but I sat down before I went into the competitive field at all, and I realized what I needed to play, and I said to myself, what is going to be important? So I crafted like Maxis, called buys, droplets, imperms.
Staples.
Yeah, and I did the solo mode till where I felt like I didn't have to do the solo mode anymore. And I'll probably finish it still, but enough. I did it enough, and got the cards that I needed, like the Reborn, the Rhoda, the Regeki. So the good stuff, and I made that my priority, and then I just decided on what deck I was gonna play. I'd already committed so heavily early game into heroes, unfortunately, before I had done my deep dive, because that's what I did for the first 4 hours of the game. I just learned the game. But while I did that, not obviously not Yu-Gi-Oh, but the game itself, the platform and how it performs. But when I did that, it really made me realize I had to decide on that deck, and I was already invested, so I did heroes. I was nervous. I did not know how it was going to perform, but in Master Duels, they have a different ban list. For those who are unfamiliar, it is its own unique ban list.
CG.
Yeah, it's very close to the OCG, very close to the OCG. I think it's like a little bit different. But with Master Duels, a hero lives is at 3. It's at 3. And Stratos is at 3. And Ferris is at 3. And, all the good cards, with the exception of Super... Right, with the exception of Super Poly, is at 3, and Super Poly is at 2. And I'm alright with 2 Super Poly. I didn't have all the stuff crafted. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, it wasn't as huge as it could have been for me. But we'll talk kind of like about the grind. It isn't too difficult. I had a great time doing it. In those best of 1 formats, like I said, an OTK deck was very prevalent. And circling back to your question about the coin toss, I designed the deck intentionally to go second. Like, just go second and kill him. I didn't want to give you a turn.
Smartest way to do it.
I ran no max C. In my deck profile, there's actually a comment where a gentleman says, he said, no Ash Blossom with max C legal? Brave man. And I was like, I had the feeling that if they had it, they had it. I was just going to kill him anyways.
Be like that.
It worked.
There's two things that I want to bring up about this. Is that first being, you talked about heroes and all the, not only the time investment, but also, investment in the game and only being able to have one deck. It looked like you had so much fun stunning on them, though. Like, and that I think means so much, to a game where you have to grind, right?
Yeah.
But if you can play something you love, which obviously, I think that it's fair to say you love heroes.
I'd show my Jaden poster if I could.
And being able to like stun on them and grind with them, even, not trying to be negative, but obviously, you had some misplays, but you were still having so much fun and you're still winning. You know what I mean?
A lot of misplays.
A lot of misplays, but a lot of wins too. I want to bring up.
Yeah, and that speaks volumes, man. It speaks so much volume about the game and how genuinely fun it is to play. There's points where and I'm sure they're gonna fix this. I really am sure they're gonna fix this. Where you get to a point where you're like, okay, why do I need to play anymore? We'll talk about that too here in a second. Just don't let me forget that. More ways to play. Just keep that in mind. But outside of that part, which they did fix, kind of, and hopefully better, the game was very enthralling. I didn't want to put it down. Obviously, I grinded to Plat 3. We got to Plat 3 before I decided, 10 and a half hours. The game was, I was getting really, on edge. I was misplaying due to being so tired and just burnt out. Yeah, just the fatigue had set in. And I was just done. I had had enough. But I had no problem playing 10 and a half hours on stream in front of a ton of people. No problem at all. I enjoyed every single moment of what I was doing until again till the end. I really did get grumpy at the end. I was just like, guys, I'm done. I'm going to bed.
Well, when enough fatigue sets in and enough of that happens. Sorry to interject again, but my second thing I was going to ask you with Master Duel was, what would the OCG ban list there for season 1 was obviously OCG ban list in air quotes. Did you enjoy that with Max C? And another follow up is, how did you enjoy the format as a whole?
So, like I said, they have fixed the replayability of the game. I think that's the best way to play it. Once you hit Plat 1, what do you do? Now, and that kind of circles back around, which plays into this and kind of segues. You can now, when you hit Plat 1, not derank, which means I can play whatever the fuck I want.
I saw Farfa's video.
Whatever I want to play. So once you hit Plat 1, you can play whatever you want. And, oh my goodness. Hit me one more time with your question. I'm so sorry.
was gonna ask you what was the band list like, and
Okay,
did
yeah,
you
right.
enjoy it, and
So
Maxi and all
get
of
the
that?
the ban list being what it is and being so absolutely bonkers. Um, I want to play so much, man. I love it. I love it. I feel like I'm not playing. I'm playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but like I'm playing a video. Like every video game for Yu-Gi-Oh has just felt like whatever, right? Like it's fun. It's got its playable reasons, whatever. But like I felt like for the first time I was playing Yu-Gi-Oh as a video game. Like it was a game to me. Like I was playing it like I would play Hearthstone or like I would play, you know what I mean, like Pokemon Unite or
Not
something.
not like Duelist of the Roses or some sort of
Yeah,
side
it's something
game. You
goofy
know
or
what I mean?
whatever, or
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like, and they have some cool stuff like Forbidden
I love Duelist
Memories.
of the Roses. I love Duelist of the Roses and Forbidden Memories. I
That's
love both
actually
those
I'll
games.
tell you what, Forbidden Memories is exactly what it feels like. I wouldn't say exactly obvious reasons, but like that was the only Yu-Gi-Oh game where I felt like I was playing a Yu-Gi-Oh game. You know, it was cheesy and anime related, but in
It
this
had
it's the same.
cards. It had cards, moves.
Yeah, and they were like I said, of its time, it was for its time, it was amazing. And then now,
Sure.
it's the same feeling of nostalgia being recaptured. Like I'm playing a Yu-Gi-Oh video game, and like I feel so good with the ban list like this because it's different. It's not. Oh my god, I have to grind. Oh my god, the TCG and oh, there's a YCS next weekend and the regionals are coming and the remote duel and it. I want that and I need that, but like it's January. Everyone's spirits are down. The game is so wild west right now. Like I talked with heroes with 3 max C in the meta, you know what I mean? Sure, I had 2 call by
Yeah.
the grave, but like whatever, dude. Like they didn't, I literally let them resolve max C. I just didn't care, you know?
If you found a way, and
Yeah.
it's cool. It's cool when you find a way with something you love too. Again, not to harp back to my previous point, but being able to play something that is close to your heart. I have zombies and blue eyes,
Yep.
which unfortunately both those decks
Not always the
aren't very
best.
good at times. You
Well,
know what I
the
mean?
chaos
So
matches in plat 4, it's all right.
yeah. Well, I didn't pilot it though. But anyways, no, it's cool. So, would you recommend Master Duelist to someone that's getting into the game and trying to figure out if they, want to play Yu-Gi-Oh or not, or is it
No.
more of for someone who is kind of attuned to the game and
I would
not a
say
beginner?
if you want to start Yu-Gi-Oh, and I've said this for so very long, honestly. I think that you can attest to this. I don't think that you start with Yu-Gi-Oh. And I think that Konami's been trying to solve that issue, and I think it's not perfectly implemented yet. Um, and I was a very big proprietor of this method, but I don't think that it was correct. Maybe Duel Links is, and I'll touch on that. But speed duels, I think, is a great way to learn how to play Yu-Gi-Oh. I think it was the quintessential way to try to like boost survivability and introduction to new players and something that's easier to understand and fun and
Show,
reminiscent.
ba- show basic mechanics,
Yes,
etc.
reminiscent of what you expected, like what a boomer player would say for Yu-Gi-Oh. You're like, oh, I missed it. That it was that for a while, and you were able to grow with the game. You know what I mean? Obviously, something like that gets out of hand fast, the same way that Duel Links has. But I think honestly, with that being said, Duel Links is the single best way to learn the game. I think that you're offered all the mechanics of the game. It is very limiting in what it does, but for a core understanding of what Yu-Gi-Oh is and what the game is going to be like, I think that Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links does a tremendous job. I don't enjoy the game; it's not the same, and I don't think that you're going to want to play as actively. But if you're trying to learn the game and you already have a want to do so, it's a fantastic pocket way to do it. It's literally right in your hand. You don't have to have a bunch of decks invested. You don't have to play competitive. They're a casual tournament or casual gameplay. There's loads of people playing it constantly. You can play against the AI. You can do all the events.
But
Very
it's you would say it's the best bridge for someone
100%.
who would want
If
to
you
learn
want to,
modern day.
yeah, if you want to play master duels and do well, um, I would strongly urge you to learn Duel Links. Play the game a little bit, get familiar with kind of how that game performs, and kind of like how the summoning works and like chain links, things like that, which are vastly more complex, obviously, in the actual game, but it gives you a good window. Like going back to the Moist Critical Charlie Penguin Zero doing his video, there was a point where he activated. He got Harpy Feather Dustard, so he chained his trap tricks from the field that he had set to set an evenly match And ignoring the conditions to when evenly matched can even activate, he believed that once it was set, he would then have a window of activation for the evenly match. Regardless, again, ignoring the activation inaccuracies here, that's not how chains work. Once Trap Tricks is resolved to set the card, obviously, the card will then be... The chain link will then resolve for the pending Harpy's Feather Duster.
It wouldn't even matter what trap he set.
Correct. So that is the core element we're talking about, and he didn't understand that, and I think that having I know he does play Duel Links and pretty well actually. He's done pretty damn well actually with it. I think that would it should have helped a little bit. I don't think he plays it as actively as maybe Master Duels is something he might play more. You know what I mean? But I think that once you get a kind of like a grasp on things, you should come over to Master Duel. I think once you have a basic understanding, come to Master Duel 100%. I think the tutorials are terrible.
And also, you wanted to make a point. I think it was pay to play or something like that earlier. I wanted to circle back because you told me to remind you of it. I don't know if it was pay to play specifically.
Oh my goodness! I should write these things down.
No, it's all right. It's perfectly all right.
If anything, I'll talk on this. I'll speak on this because it would probably be around the same if it was anything to do with like free to play or pay to play or anything like that. And maybe I've already touched on this already, but it's to me it's one of the most important things for getting into Master Duel. Was crafting all of my staples. All of my staples. Like I knew what I wanted. I knew what I wanted in the game, right?
And sorry to interrupt, but
yeah.
Like, did you commit any money to this game?
$0.
Okay.
I have the single most expensive deck in the game right now.
Okay.
It is the most expensive deck.
I think that's an important point to make because I think there's some people that are.
Heroes is the single most important deck in the game, and the biggest thing that I keep hearing is, I can't afford it. It's not free to play. It's not player friendly. The gems, and while, oh my God, Konami, please, there has to be a reward for getting to Plat 1. Like, dude, please, like, thank you for the platform where we're able to just do whatever we want at Plat 1. Beautiful.
I think they mentioned they're going to give a reward for that.
Well, they're going to give one back for January. You're going to get like money back for hitting Plat 1 and then not having to drop to get the remainder of the coins.
Got it.
Which I think is annoying, personally. But they're going to fix that. But no, like I literally bought the most expensive deck in the entire game. I built it, crafted it, did all the things I had to do. You can craft. The crafting system is amazing. But I think that it's important to point out that I did the most expensive deck. It wasn't even the best deck, by the way. I mean, I think it's a top deck. I think easily, if I was to do a meta list, like a tier list for the meta, I think Heroes would be a 1.5 to 1, depending on who's piloting it. The deck, in best of ones, it's just in this format, it has so much versatility and so many options. I just could not speak highly enough of the deck right now.
You definitely have to preface though with Master Duelist it is the best of one.
Yeah, that is the most important part.
For people who don't understand, like it's not a match. There's no side decking.
No,
it is you. The coin toss, and again, that's why I brought it up to Senjin earlier. I asked, "How's your coin toss luck?" You know,
and this is like
such a heavy factor into it.
This is why I emphasize like on the imperm and the droplets, the forbidden droplets. Your opponent can't respond with whatever you discard, so obviously that can be huge in Heroes. You can hit a lot and be totally playable. It allows you to go to second. It allows you to interrupt the key plays to allow you to win the game on the next turn. If you didn't have the droplets, if you have the imperm, and so on and so forth, the non-targeting of droplets is huge. Best of one's big, man, and you want to pick a deck that you can play through, like I said, Nibiru, Maxi, and Ash, and just win the game still. I think Heroes does that, but I've talked about this a lot so far, and I don't want anyone to go, oh my God, I'm jumping on Master Duels right now. I'm building the most expensive deck on Master Duels. You'll probably end up committing money. We're late in the game right now. If you haven't just started, you're going to commit a humongous amount of money. It is not a cheap deck at all, like at all. I literally have one other deck, literally one, and it is Tri Brigade with 4 ultras in it. I don't have cats, It is just Control Brigade, and it is not good in best of one. So with that being said, like, don't just come jump on this. Like, it has cost me a lot of fun decks. I'm passionate. I love heroes, and 3 hero lives. I'm going for it. But I need to let you guys know that this deck is not. It's not an autopilot deck. There are combos that you just win with, but you must think through plays. You do not full combo in this deck. You literally try to threaten lethal to bait out nibs and things of that nature, or other cards they might have. And then if they do happen to not be able to, again, lethal is so easy. You just have to stop, and you just have to know when to stop. And your opponent knowing when to hit you certain times can be what stops you from killing them that turn. So you have to always have a map to get to lethal. So don't just jump in and go spend a ton of money because I'm saying the deck's good. The deck is insane and the deck is amazing. You must be very good to get the kind of results that I got out of it. And I'm not saying that I am. I got very lucky. But there is a very large amount of thought. It is not beginner friendly at all. I would not say this is a deck that you would want to take if you were planning to get Plat 1 with no effort if you just started.
So you're telling me if I watched all of Yu-Gi-Oh! GX, I wouldn't be able to pilot this?
Unfortunately, no. I don't believe that we can channel the power of Jade and Yuki and speak to our Wing Karibo telepathically, unfortunately. But
just a question. I just thought I'd throw that out there.
This is probably the more technical podcast, and I'm sorry if people are getting like a little zony on it. So I'll probably lean a little bit off of it. I could talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duels for days. I really could. We've been streaming it a ton, man, like a ton, and we've been doing tournaments. We did a tournament last night. I don't know if you saw.
I did not. I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. You've been doing your business.
I've been busy and trying to get a job and depression.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah. Understandable, relatable content. But yeah, no. We streamed a tournament yesterday, which again, twitch.tv/halffunk. Get a couple of wrinkles on your brain. But we streamed a tournament and we, did viewers and everything. No prize or anything, just fun. And it's super simplistic to do. I've got the KTS software on my computer, so it was super easy to run. Very fun, very fun. And apparently there's gonna be tournaments now, like not only just with Konami, but stores. I think it's Luxury's hosting. Is it Luxury? Luxury hosting the Master Duel content?
Luxury. There's more than just Luxury. There's Luxury. I'm sure PPG will get on it and everybody. We
Brian.
also talk about
what's Brian's store's name in Cincinnati? Plus One Gaming.
Okay.
They're doing it. They're doing it, which I'm gonna hop on. But I want to talk one more thing about the format before we move on because I want to talk about the PPGs.
Please. Bring it up.
Maxi is it's a wild card, but it's been fun.
What are your thoughts on Maxi?
It's been so much fun.
You like Maxi?
Okay.
You like it?
Oh my god, everyone thinks I'm so bad when I say this.
No balls.
Maxi is not healthy for the game, and it's not healthy for game development. No decks should be forced to run copies of the cards. However, the game is in a situation, and as such, where there are cards right now that we're doing the exact same thing with Maxi. So, I think an argument could be made that Maxi could, in theory, come back. I really like Maxi. It's been really fun. I think it's obnoxious. Yes, it sucks to lose to it. Yes, you can just lose to the card.
Can I give you my perspective on it?
Yes, please.
Not to downplay
No,
yours,
please, by all means.
I think the biggest problem is if you're going to run 3 Maxi, you also have to run 3 Ash Blossom and 2 Call by the Grave if you're going to do the OCG list. So you have to commit 8 cards to just counteracting Maxi. I think.
But if we're playing best of one format, shouldn't you be playing Maxi and Call by and Ash at the max amounts anyways?
No, I don't disagree with that. I'm just saying you would have to continue with that too to consider that in deciding. I know that
right, but that's kind of like what I'm touching on. You know what I mean?
Sure. It's just
with the way
it's an 8-card commitment to respect the C.
Right, and that's kind of that's my argument against it, but also for it because at the same time, the same cards exist for the same reasonings already. And while the argument can be said and made that not everyone runs Ash consistently, not everyone ran Max C consistently when it was at 3. And obviously we know better now, and it wasn't as special summon centric and blah 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 blah. Lots of arguments.
I would seriously question any deck that doesn't run not Maxi Ash Blossom at 3 in the TCG. You know what I mean?
I think it's been very stabilized. That is going to be a huge staple for us, and I think the same arguments can be made there. You know what I'm saying? Um,
Hmm.
Obviously, different power levels, obviously, different scales. But if we're already running the cards that prevent Max C, and we're already running, you know what I mean? We're already running these staples forcefully, anyways. It's obviously happening in our game state. And the answer isn't just to single-handedly, one at a time, slowly squelch these cards. It's either to stop making them like this, stop doing this, stop, or lean in. you know, I'm playing. I'm
So
kind of devil's advocating on it. Really, like I could care less whether it comes back or doesn't. I enjoy the insanity, the sheer insanity of Maxi, but I don't know if it's necessarily healthy.
it's so saggy. I
Yeah.
like it, and as somebody that's lost to saggy cards traditionally, I
This
still would support it.
the
You know what
same
I mean?
the same argument goes for like Pot of Greed, right? Like deck building becomes stale. As a card that goes in every single deck, everybody plays it. You automatically start all of your deck cores, your skeletons with, well, 3 Pot of Greed. You know what I'm saying? I think it's the same argument. I can devil's advocate my opinion on it, obviously, and I was
It's so
just
fun.
I say it's fun.
It's so
It's fun.
it's so funny. It's so funny how many people um knock Pot of Greed, and I'm not trying to say Pot of Greed's not powerful. It's the
Yeah,
best card in the
yeah,
game.
it's insane.
Let me preface with that. But there's so many like in archetype cards that are inherently better than Pot of Greed that are still kind of running around and that are on the ban list. Some of them are on the ban list, but like for example, Electromite, right?
Right?
Electromite, it's nuts in the right situation with like Astrograph and doing the whole combo and all that stuff.
Right, but at least it's a situation.
It is. It's situational. That's what I'm trying to say is that there's cards that are situationally better, but I think at the end of the day, people still have to respect Pot of Greed is no, that's a free +1. Like,
So the argument there, I think, is Pot of Greed's generic. It's
yeah,
generic. Like if I
yeah,
have to,
it's
if I
great.
want to run like Graceful Charity for like Sylvans, I have to run Sylvans. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Graceful Charity, I think, is another one that can't ever come back either with Pot of
Oh my
Greed.
God, no! I actually I would argue almost that Graceful
Painful
Charity might be
Choice.
better.
Painful Choice is, I think, the best one out of all of them.
There's a lot that just can't come back.
Yeah,
Like 3 skill drain.
right. Yeah. No, thank you for mentioning that. Yeah, it's so nice. You posted that meme. Imperial Order, 2 skill drain, trade. You know what I
Like
mean? Like,
yeah, no, Dylan posted that in the group, and I was just like, oh my God. But we didn't put. No one's made the card of consonants meme with two a hero lives and IO. Trade
hey,
you 1 IO, get 2 a hero lives. Let's go!
seems pretty good to me.
Look, as a hero player, getting a second hero lives and removing IO.
That's free real estate.
It's free real estate. Why would you look at that? Would you look at it? Just
Look
look
at
at
it.
it.
Just look at it.
God, it's so good. It's so good. I love the ban list. No, the ban list is like horrible. It's a monster. It's not gonna be fun.
Dude, Regeki to 3.
I'm
I
alright with
kind
that.
of, I want to try to, I want to try to find a way to flex with that. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm cool with Regeki to 3. I'm cool with Regeki to 3.
You could go. I mean, hypothetically, I'm not saying this is good, but hypothetically, you go 3 Dark Hole, 3 Regeki, 3 Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, and there's probably 3 Lightning. Did I say 3 Lightning Storm?
You said Regeki.
Okay, 3 Lightning Storm, Feather Duster, 3 Cosmic. You know what I mean? Like, you get wild. Not to say it's going to be good,
Yeah,
but
no, but I mean, there's still like a lot to be said there. There's still a lot to be said there.
pretty fun.
There's just so many cards that are unaffected by other cards now in the game.
Yeah, it's weird. Every card's so good. I don't know what happened.
It's just kind of almost irrelevant. It's almost irrelevant in a way. It's weird. It's weird. The game's in a weird state right now. I don't. I enjoyed last format. Now, here we are.
Yeah.
I guess I
New
say
ban,
that we're like what?
new ban list, new me.
This is like 3. We're 3 days. We're three days before the ban list, so I can't really like.
Do you still have your $5 appliancer deck? Is that not meta yet?
I'm gonna explain something to you, Yada, if you're watching. You may have thought just because I've gotten a little quiet in the winter months that I've died down on this belief and this chase and pursuit of my money. I will get my $5. I will keep your father until I have received my $5. And with every passing 6 months, I will increase the $5 with an additional 5. You have 17 hours to respond. No, I don't even know if this will be published in 17 hours. Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. You have a month.
17 hours from.
You have a month. You have a month.
You have a month.
I'm waiting. Not 500 bits that pay me like what? What is that? 50 cents? 50 cents. $5. Yada. $5. I'm not letting it die, but no, I don't have that pile of garbage. I do have the support cards, oddly enough, though.
You put that on YouTube so you can use it.
Look,
you've used your stuff before. You understand.
I mean, yes, that's fine, because this is not ending until I receive the $5. I don't understand why this is a game to you. Anyways, the pause has to be like so confusing to the audio listeners.
Effect.
Yeah, for the audio listeners, there is a video. You can check the video out at youtube.com/Team Absolute Awesome. Also, if there's any kind of hiccups in our audio recording, any kind of hiccups in the video after everything, I do apologize. Both Trent and I are sitting in two extreme situations. I'm in a huge thunderstorm with flood warnings. He is in a blizzard.
Yeah, Blizzard. We chose to fight Pokemon in different regions. We're both deeply regretting it. What can I say?
It's been an experience, and my internet likes to dip when it like drizzles slightly. So you can imagine what it's doing right now.
I drizzle slightly sometimes.
Same. But I don't know, man. I don't know if that I'm looking forward to the new ban list, but I know that there's a regional coming up in Knoxville. It has yet to be yet to be canceled. Obviously, the Vegas. Oh God, Vegas is coming up. The remote duel for Vegas is coming up, and I skipped out on the last one. I was gonna play it. I decided not to because a friend showed up. Family friend came up and visited. But I guess I'll be playing the remote duel for Vegas.
It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah, it was cool. It was nice getting to see friends and family and everything. So it was really
what are you
nice.
gonna pilot? What are you gonna pilot?
In my binder sits a copy. No. Nope. No.
You don't have to give it away.
No, I'm not. No. I was going to say it's max rarity. It will be max rarity. It should be max rarity by the event.
That's all that matters.
Exactly. I just got a good... no. God, I hate this new format. Why is Adventure so good? Why is it Brave such a good... Why?
Hey, Ghost Ogre's good again. Fun fact.
You have any gold Ghost Ogres, dog? Speaking of which, my gold collection's almost done.
I had to sell a lot of mine due to circumstances.
It'd be like that. Master Duel just dropped.
That's a zombie binder. Secret Mizukis. I have secret Mizukis.
Bro, those are money. I got rid of mine. I regret it.
They're hot. I think they're good.
They're beautiful. I wish I still had my secret goblin zombies.
I have German Unlimiteds.
Beautiful.
I don't know. Not trying to flex, I promise. What am I looking for again?
Gold Ash. Or Gold Ogre.
Yeah, hold on.
I've got German ones. I want gold ones. Our audio listeners are confused as hell as Trent goes through his binder. It's going to be a shame. Like, I actually kind of feel bad for the audio listeners. I can't wait to pop up my green screen. Bro, let me cop those.
I don't even know what they're worth.
Just let me know what you need. I got a little trade binder coming in. I like gold things. What he just showed was 3 gold ogres that he has. I like the
maximum
gold cards.
Not ultimate rare or anything. Just MAGA.
Gold. Let's go. I've got a gold collection I've been working on. The maximum gold and the new one, whatever the new one is, the G.
Sinjin and I are 2 of the 4 people in the existence of duelists that appreciate the maximum gold rare.
There's such a beautiful rarity, to be honest with you. Just such a beautiful rarity, and like a lot of people hate them, but like
Quality control was butt cheeks with these.
still butt cheeks. I'm gonna like say it's not, but hey, it looks good. It looks good, and you know I'm trying to get a place at everything
I like them.
crispy,
I like them.
very nice and kind of mint-ish. I don't care to flip them or anything like that. I just want to look at them.
Let me see.
I'm just like, look, I'm in the process of swapping all my staples over to gold. And I've got like German Ultra Drolls, and I'm going to swap them for obviously with the difference in cost, but for 3 gold German ones. And my biggest achievement will be to obtain German copies instead of English copies of my staples. That will be because everyone knows I like the foreign cards. Italian would be better, but I love me some German cards. If you guys are coming over to any of the YCSs coming up, and you are from good old Germany, and you have German cards, and you would love some English cards, I'm your dude. I'll swap you straight up. Just please have them in decent condition.
I love the German names. They're super excessive, like 5 times longer than ours.
We had a German viewer once in the Twitch, and they were trying to teach us how to pronounce words correctly, and we tried for Droll and Lockbird, and Droll and Lockbird was an actual struggle mental gymnastic kind of thing. Almost got it. But the one thing that I wish I had confirmed, looking back on it, was how to pronounce Dunkels gets it, which is Dark Law in German. I pronounce it Dunkels because I think it sounds like uncles, and it sounds kind of cool. So like Dunkels. That's why I call Dark Law is Dunkels. Because Dunkels gets it.
Uncle sounds better. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
Good stuff.
100%. But are you going to participate in this YCS? I know that you didn't get to, you weren't going to be able to travel for the Vegas, but are you going to participate in the remote?
I am fully focused on finding a new career at the moment. Once I can do that, I love Yu-Gi-Oh. At the end of the day, that's what I'm most committed to. But like getting a career first, honestly, is my first priority. So once I can do that, I can finally figure out what I'm going to do after that with Yu-Gi-Oh and stuff like that.
No, 100%.
Especially after selling like $2,200 worth of Yu-Gi-Oh cards just this last week. You know what I mean? Trying to fill in the gap before I get another career opportunity. But it sounds like something's going to fall through real soon. So I'm excited about that, and I can get back to Yu-Gi-Oh. So.
No, 100%, 100%. I think that this will be the second remote duel YCS I did. Someone pointed out a trend. I don't know if you've noticed this, but consistently the people playing the YCSs and the remote duel YCSs and who are topping them are all the same people. There is an argument that also could be said remote duel YCSs, but I think it's cool. I like the concept. I like being able to play Yu-Gi-Oh in my underwear. What's not to like? Make some eggs and bakey.
It's the best part about video, video interactions and video interviews is just the ability to just wear, underwear and, maybe a suit jacket or something on top of it,
Dude, before we started the podcast, and I realized I was going to be using the background here because I don't have a green screen set up yet. I had to put on a hoodie so that my shoulders, like they keep trying to do it, but they wouldn't just I would do, like neck down be gone. And I was like, oh, I feel uncomfortable. So I actually had to stop and put jogging pants on. I was just wearing my boxers. Like, it's nice to be able to sit behind a desk. You know what I mean? Not have to worry about it.
Just chilling, bro.
My issue is I can't play like that at a remote duel because our desk is glass. So if I point down, you're gonna see me with my like chicken white legs underneath the glass desk. Get more than you offered for or bargained for.
Sounds like a good battle tactic. What are you doing?
Distract my opponents with my glowing white legs.
You should show them something else. Just kidding, Konami. Just kidding.
Sheesh. But no, it's enjoyable. I kind of miss remote duels. Like we haven't really played in any in a while.
It seems like a good idea. People are still enjoying them plenty, and I'm happy that they're able to get their fix with Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever they need to do.
We were working with a company for a little bit that we were doing remote duels for them, and it just kind of died off. And it's such a shame because we were streaming it, and I was not getting to play in them, unfortunately, because I was hosting them. But man, they were fun. They were so cool, and like getting to watch them all the time and see the different decks, and like people obviously you're gonna get more homebrews and like just like crazy stuff in those formats, and it was cool. I gotta miss it. I wanted to start doing deck profiles that way, but never panned out.
See some different decks doing their thing.
Yeah, you see a lot of crazy stuff, a lot of shenanigans in that.
Yeah.
I would love to see it kind of get a resurgence, but I get why it's not as popular. And maybe with Master Duel, we'll see like a, you know, maybe like a switch to that. Maybe that's Konami's game plan, but I guess only time will tell. I would like to think, maybe this is one of the things I meant to bring up earlier, but I would like to think that maybe they chose to, like you were mentioning, release Master Duel earlier in a way to not compete directly with Pokemon Arceus.
Yeah, it was just really weird timing. I still think they found a lot of success with it. So
No, I mean I think they've had a tremendous amount of success, especially releasing as close as they did with Arceus. And maybe again that is why they jumped it and gave it a little sooner, so they didn't directly compete with that. But maybe that's the situation, but maybe not. Who knows? But it just feels like maybe it definitely does feel like they maybe jumped the gun a little bit, which I'm not complaining. Getting to play has been amazing, free content, it's been awesome. But I will say that it just feels not as fleshed out. And if we do decide to go down the rabbit hole of getting the TCG in and game twos and stuff like that, game best of threes, but it just seems I don't know. I don't foresee it soon. I don't foresee it soon with the way that it is right now. It seems last on the list, if that makes sense.
yeah, no, they just need to polish it up a little bit. I think it'll be fine. Update a couple things, but um, it's cool to see Dueling Book have some
Actual
competition.
competition, yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to see an updated TCG list, but like I said, like this is the first time I've seen it like a game, and I've enjoyed it like a game. It's felt like a game.
That's good. It's good to feel, good about playing something from Konami that has to do with Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah, no, definitely, and it looks good. It looks good. I also want to talk about one more thing. Our boy Chris recently topped the PPG, top eighted it, and he did it with Despia. I don't know, like I've obviously got a video here pulled up from our good friend Robbie, who just hit 100K on his YouTube channel, mcole40. Shout out to him. So congratulations, Robbie, on hitting 100K subs. That's awesome. Hopefully you get your play button soon. But for people who are watching us, you'll actually be able to see a deck profile, which you will again be able to find on Robbie's channel, so mcole40 on YouTube. But he topped with Despia, which I think is insane in and of itself. The list looks kind of crazy. What he did was kind of crazy. The deck's not the biggest and best deck yet in the world, but I think that's awesome. 100%. Love that. I love seeing Chris do that. And then he won the 3v3 the next day at the PPG. Won it
Yep.
with also playing Despia. So it's kind of crazy.
It's cool to see him pilot a deck that's not super famous or super good yet.
That's what
Obviously,
he's
the
notorious
deck's
for
good as
that.
well.
He's notorious for that though. Like if you look at his ARD tops, things like that, it's always been some kind of weird deck. So like I love that aspect. I love that aspect. You'll see that, and hopefully we will see a little more innovation without even with skill drain at 3 in the meta. Doubt, but looks like there's a lot of like scythe combos coming out. Looks like there's a lot of scythe combos coming out.
Guild Game of 3 is kind of wild.
I wish I had held on to my Dagda to be honest with you,
Mm.
but it is what it is. Skill drain's kind of ass. I'm not excited for that. But I guess we'll kind of wrap it up. I'm actually kind of getting a little worried about the weather, and I do need to run to the store
Same.
before. Yeah, I've got to run to the store before it hits really hard. We're gonna do a little more put together podcast again here soon. We're probably gonna double down this week if possible.
Absolutely.
We'll do this one more time and a little bit more fancified, but hopefully we'll have a guest on our next one. That's the plan is to have a guest on the next one.
Ooh.
Ooh. But thank you guys so much. If you're enjoying what you're hearing, please subscribe. The best way you can support us is by checking out our YouTube channel and or our Twitch. And again, that is twitch.tv/have funk for me. And that is youtube.com/GTYGO for Trent and youtube.com/Team Absolute Awesome. And that is the home base for this podcast. So the Absolute Yu-Gi-Oh podcast is going to be posted on the, obviously, if you're watching this on the video, the Team Absolute Awesome channel. So hitting subscribe helps. Comment what you guys want to hear, who you want to see, what topics you want us to cover. We're very excited to kind of continue this. This is definitely a little more lax than our normal kind of thing, but we're just kind of wanting to put this together before the storms hit really bad. So we appreciate you guys, and we will see you on the next little bout of all this. Thank you again, Trent. Love you, man.
Love you.